Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi, I'm Krista.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Anything new going on?
So last week we watched Jaws. And one of the things about Jaws is, it's about shark attacks and everything. And they talk about how, most shark attacks happen in like 3 feet of water. It's technically 6 feet, but whatever. Well, somebody apparently did not watch Jaws, and they went and were playing football in the water.
Oh, no.
Knee-deep water in Florida this week, and got attacked by a shark. So.
Weren't there like 4 attacks?
There were more attacks.
So they just kept getting in the water. But like multiple people got attacked.
There have been a few already this summer. It's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Also, we should have waited and done Jaws next year, because that will be the 50th anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
We did a year early. It's fine.
Too bad. Who knows? Who knows what next year brings,
Exactly.
So,
anyway.
But I know what we did this week.
Okay.
We did big.
We did big.
It's big. Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
What's your big experience?
I mean, I watched it when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know what else to say about it. I've seen it several times.
Yeah.
It always has several scenes in it that make me happy.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a good
cute.
movie. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's some stuff in it.
Some stuff that's not great. Yeah, but it's an 80s movie.
It is a product of its time.
It's hard to find an 80s movie that's not a little concerning.
Or a 90s movie.
Or
apparently.
90s, yeah.
Or just any movie, I guess.
Yeah. This was Tom Hanks' first Academy Award nomination.
Oh, okay.
For Best Actor.
I thought you were going to say this was his first movie.
No.
I was like, I don't think that's true.
It is not. Do you know who beat him for Best Actor?
What else came out in 1988?
What could it be?
I don't know what else came out, so.
Let's see. What if I give you one word?
Okay.
Wapner.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, God, what is his freaking name?
Gene Hackman.
No.
Gene Hackman was nominated.
It was not Gene Hackman.
Not John.
Gene Hackman was in this. Technically.
Yeah.
He was watching The French Connection at one point.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. What? I know it's Rain Man. I just can't think of his name. Yep.
Tom Cruise. No,
the other one. What is his name?
Wow.
I see him and I just can't. It's like one of those, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, I could see Bryan Cranston in my head. I was like, what is this guy's name? I know it.
They call him Mr. Tootsie. Joe Kramer.
Look, you're giving me all of these movies that he's been in.
Sir Wag the Dog.
Absolutely not helping me with his name. He was in The Graduate.
He was Senior Graduate.
He's been in so many things. And now you've said Gene Hackman and I can't think of anything else.
It is Gene Hackman. You're correct.
Oh gosh, what is his name?
Dustin Hoffman.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So he won.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Do I feel? I guess. Yeah, I guess. Hoffman did pretty good. But is it better than Big? I don't know.
I mean, I've seen Big
like
more than I've seen Rain Man, so.
Yeah, me too.
I also don't like Tom Cruise, so.
Wow, shots fired.
Sorry.
Tom Cruise. He's one of our biggest listeners.
I'm so sorry. There are a few movies that I like him in, but most of the time I'm like, get out of here, Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise bankrolls this podcast.
Where's the money then? Show me the money. Show me the money.
Exactly.
Because I'm not seeing it. It's not in my bank account.
Well, sorry, Mr. Cruise. But Big.
Mm-hmm.
This movie directed by Penny Marshall.
Yep.
She became the first female director to make over 100 million or something at the box office.
Nice.
Something like that. So, congrats, Penny. Yeah, so that's the movie.
And that's the end of our episode.
Yeah. That's all. What happens in this movie?
Well, we start off with Josh Baskin. He's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
He's 12 at the beginning.
He is.
But he does have a birthday, so he'll be 13.
He'll be 13, so everything's fine. Mm-hmm. So everything in this movie that happens is fine.
No. So he's 12. He is at home. He's playing a video game.
Yeah.
It's like a text-based adventure game kind of thing.
Yeah, that pretty much has one level by the looks of it.
With like an ice wizard.
Yeah.
And
you just gotta beat the ice wizard.
Yeah. That's the only level we see. We see this game later in the movie, and it's the same exact
level.
level.
And we don't know if he ever actually beat it.
No.
So
we don't know.
No payoff to this.
No.
Yeah, it's not a real game. They made it just for the movie.
They've just made this one level for the movie.
Yeah, they didn't have anything after you typed that in, so yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlike in, like, Princess Bride, where it starts off also with a video game, but it's an actual baseball game.
Oh.
Because I had that game.
Which one was it?
I don't remember.
RBI Baseball?
I don't know.
Oh.
All I know is it was a baseball game, and it was really hard to play. So I've played it, like, once or twice, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm going back to playing my Jeopardy game.
I can handle that.
Give me trivia all day. I can't handle this baseball. Anyway, he's trying to get through this level, and his parents are calling for him.
Yep, he needs to take out the trash.
Yep, and he gets killed in the level.
Yeah, because he took too long.
Because there was a little countdown.
He types real slow.
He types so slow.
For being a computer kid,
yes.
He is real slow at typing.
He's very slow at typing.
Yes. Maybe slow in other things.
Don't know. So he has to take out the trash. He goes off, I guess, to school?
I guess so, yeah.
I don't know. Or is this during the summer?
Yeah, it's not during the summer because he is in class at one point.
Well, also because his friend later says that he's going to skip classes.
Yeah.
So they are in school.
Yeah, they're at the park.
But yeah, they're just like...
It's maybe the weekend.
Maybe it is the weekend. So playing baseball.
Yeah.
Because BFF, Billy.
Yep.
They have a bunch of baseball cards they're going through.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Okay, you had baseball cards.
I did. Mm-hmm. I kind of want baseball cards again. I like organizing them. I don't want to collect them.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to go for like, oh man, I gotta get this special rare baseball card. I just want to put them in little pockets and by the teams and be like, this, I got my White Sox teams here. So
okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you'll be doing.
You have to look for it.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. I haven't done it so far. It's not like this is the first time I've wanted to do it. We'll see.
I mean, I'm not saying I hate the idea.
She's flipping me off though.
I also don't care.
Well, I wouldn't
it's
make
your
you
time
do
and
it.
your money, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. So
there you go.
You know,
there you go.
You have your interests, and I have mine, and that's fine.
They're fun. They're just putting them up, just enjoy, just looking through them at the people you don't know. Like, I don't know who this is. It's a good time. Anyway, he's looking at baseball cards.
Yes, there's a girl that comes by, Cynthia. She's like the popular girl.
Yep.
Or whatever. She's got her side pony.
Yep.
Looking real cool.
How you know she's hot.
Exactly.
Side pony.
And she says hello to Josh.
She does.
It
almost seems like she likes him.
Yeah, he does not know what to say back.
He's
just kind
tongue-tied.
of stammers.
He's not good with girls.
No, Billy's like, he says hi.
Yeah.
Billy just does not care.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like she might kind of like him.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Who knows?
Billy is convinced, though.
Oh, yeah. Billy knows.
Billy is hyping him up.
Yeah.
They live right next to each other, Billy and Josh.
They have walkie-talkies.
Yes. Why don't they have tin cans and string? I mean, come on.
No,
oh, wait, because this is
cool
the 80s.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Instead of just opening their windows and talking to each other.
Yeah.
They use their walkie-talkies.
He also has bunk beds, which
He
noticed.
does.
Why does he have bunk beds?
I do not know.
And when he buys himself a bed, he buys bunk beds.
He does.
Were bunk beds like really cool in the 80s? Like, I know we had some and thought they were cool.
Yeah. We also had bunk beds.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were two children.
We were too.
And so it was one on the top bunk and one on the bottom. Yeah. And then, of course, there was also the time that my brother kept jumping off the top bunk.
Yeah.
And I was like, this looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
Push me off the top bunk. And he did.
Break
and I
your
broke
wrist.
my elbow and had to go to the emergency room or to the clinic or whatever. And had my arm in a cast.
That's fun.
And Christmas videos, there I am with my little arm in a cast, trying to open my Christmas presents.
Aww.
All sad.
Oh.
He felt really bad about it because I was like crying and he was crying because he hurt his little sister. And then my dad was crying because I was hurting. And my mom was just like, okay.
Everybody crying.
Calm down.
He does have a little sister in this.
He does.
Who sleeps in his room in a crib. That seems mean by the parents.
That is very mean. He does not care, though, because he sleeps straight through her crying.
He does. He's probably used to it.
Probably.
You know what's weird? Nobody knows who this actress was that played his sister. They didn't write it down. It was uncredited.
They just found
no
a baby.
one knows who it is. Yeah. There's just a baby on the street.
Like, get that baby in
That baby's got it. So,
oh goodness,
that's interesting. But I guess maybe she'll take the bottom bunk eventually.
Maybe. Sister's name is Rachel, by the way.
Yeah, but he'll be like 15 or 16 at that point.
What? Do you really want
No.
a room with your toddler sister?
No.
No.
You don't.
No, you want separate rooms. Maybe they don't have an extra room, though.
Maybe. They got a decent house.
They do.
It looks like it would have another room on it. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they're hoping that he'll be okay with sleeping in a bunk bed with his sister until he's old enough to, like, kick him out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to college. You're going to stay in a dorm.
Yeah.
Now your sister gets a bed all.
She gets a bunk bed.
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah, I do not understand the bunk beds.
I don't know.
Maybe he just likes sleeping up high. But if that's the case, they could just loft a bed.
Yeah, yeah. You get one of those where, like, there's a desk under it.
Exactly. That's how it is in, like, college and stuff.
Yeah.
I had a lofted bed.
I didn't.
My freshman year.
We had bunk beds.
Yeah, my freshman year, I definitely had a lofted bed, and I would roll out of it every morning.
I did. I fell out all the time.
I rolled out because it was the only thing that would, like, wake me up was the fear of falling on my face. And I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go. I got an 8 o'clock class.
Oh, then they go to the fair.
Yes. They go to a carnival, and he rides some rides, and he's there with his family.
Yeah.
And
then his family loves him.
They do.
They're taking pictures of him doing the hammer thing.
Yeah.
His mom loves some pictures.
And he gets, was it Wimpy or something?
Yeah.
With the hammer thing.
He's got a cool shark hat.
He does have a cool shark hat. His dad also has a hat.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, okay, Dad's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's wearing a hat too.
Pretty cool dad with a shark hat.
I like it. I think it's cute.
Oh my gosh, you had a crush on the dad.
I literally forgot that he even had a dad in this movie.
Yeah, it's like the last we see of him.
Because we see the mom all the time.
Yeah.
And we see the little sister. We never see that dad again.
He's gone. He died at that fair.
What happened? So yeah, I literally would not have been able to tell you if he had a dad or not.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
He rode that loop thing. I don't remember what it's called. He wanted to ride it alone because he saw Christy there. Cynthia.
Totally different name, but you're so close.
Started with C. It's pretty good.
I mean, some people say Cindy is a nickname for Cynthia, so...
Okay.
That's a little
you say
closer.
So.
I don't know. I've never known any, but whatever. But yeah, he's like, I want to get on that ride myself.
Mm-hmm.
He goes...
His mom thinks it's too scary.
Yes. He's like, no, I can do it.
I'll tell you, I was afraid of roller coasters and all that kind of stuff up until about his age, I'd say.
Okay.
And my Uncle Chris took me to the fair.
Oh, gosh.
And the first one we rode was that ride.
Of course
and
it is.
I actually really enjoyed it, and it got me to where I liked riding roller coasters.
I was going to say, knowing your Uncle Chris, it does not surprise me that he would just throw you into the deep end.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't mess with me more on it, honestly.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. So I have him to thank for my brave fairground attitude now.
See, I like theme parks.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a big fan of carnivals.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like Ferris wheels, stuff like that.
Yeah. You don't trust the scary rides at those?
Not really. Plus, that one that he wanted to get on, the one that the loopy thing.
Yeah.
I would not have probably gotten on that one, especially not at his age, because I would have been terrified.
It's really fun.
I was afraid of roller coasters probably until I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Because every time I was a little beanpole, little skinny kid.
Yeah.
So anytime that I would get into, I would ride a roller coaster, I was always riding with somebody bigger than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm riding with my mom or one of my aunts or something. And, they place the bar down and everything. And it can't go very far with, somebody, an adult with you.
Yeah, it seems like a massive oversight on their part.
So every time that I'm riding a roller coaster, I'm with somebody bigger than me.
So you're going to fly out.
I felt like I was going to fly out. And it was terrifying.
Yeah, I had a few of those times.
I did not like roller coasters. We went to Six Flags over Georgia when I was probably about 8.
What were the Six Flags that were over Georgia?
It was the same ones that are over Texas, I'm sure, because that's where it originated. And just as many problematic ones.
Maybe more.
It's possible. So it was like the first year, or maybe the second year, that they had the Georgia Cyclone, which is their big wooden roller coaster.
Yeah, man, wooden roller coasters suck. They're so rough.
They're so fun, but they're so rough.
They're so rough.
They will give you whiplash like crazy. But it was the first ride that we rode, because that was like the new big thing to ride, and everybody wanted to ride the Georgia Cyclone. So we got in there, and I was in the seat with my mom, and we went down the first hill, and then it goes immediately like up to another bigger hill, and we got to the top, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And after that, I did not breathe for like the rest of the thing. They take pictures. The pictures were of my mom slapping me, trying to get me to breathe. So needless to say, we did not buy those pictures.
Oh. I would have liked to seen those.
I did not have a good time the rest of that trip, because I was like, I didn't want to ride anything else.
Yeah.
It was like, give me all the baby rides.
I can see how that would ruin your day.
Because there were other roller coasters. There was only one other roller coaster that I would get on, and it was because it was like the baby roller coaster. Yeah. And I enjoyed that one. It took a lot for them to even get me to get on there, though. I enjoyed that one, and I was like, I'll do the water rides. Yeah. I'll do the little ride through the little haunted mansion thing that they have. But I can't remember the name of it.
The haunted mansion at Georgia.
I don't think that's it. Don't think that's it. But yeah, I did not want to do anything else. Yeah. And then I didn't ride, well, I think I did ride roller coasters when I was in high school, which was not high school, right before high school. It was probably like 7th or 8th grade. We went back, and when I went back, I was with my best friend, and we were like the same size. Yeah. So I think that helped. Yeah. Because I wasn't afraid that I was just going to fall. Right. And then after that, it was like, okay, now I think I can do it.
I can do this. Yeah.
So I can do roller coasters.
Nice.
Can I do spinny rides? You put me in a spinny ride?
You hate spinny rides.
I'm going to vomit.
Yeah. I enjoy a good spinny.
I'm not going to do it while I'm on that ride, but I'm going to do it very soon after. Yep. I might make it through another ride after that, but I'm not going to be feeling good.
Not going to be happy.
I can tell you that right now.
Well, he got in line.
He did.
And Heartbreak City.
Well, first of all, he goes to get in line. Yeah. But then he passes everybody. But he doesn't just like
from the back of the line. Yes.
He doesn't just like walk up to where she is and then just like skip line that way. No, he just like starts pushing people out of the way to get through.
Yeah. That's so annoying.
It is. Yeah. But he gets up there. He can't really speak to her still.
Yeah, she's like, is it scary? He's like, yes.
Because he's like, I've been on it before.
Well, he doesn't say that. She said, have you been on it? Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it scary? Yes.
Yeah, and all he can say is yes. Yeah. And so she's like, oh, okay. And then a guy comes up.
Yeah. And an older boy.
Yes, an older boy.
He can drive.
And obviously they're together.
Yeah. And she's 13.
Is she?
She's in his class. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he is much smaller than she is.
See, I didn't know if she was in his class or if her brother was in his class. Because they say something about can't believe so-and-so has a sister like that or whatever. So I kind of assumed that they were in the class with the brother.
I don't know. That brother seemed too young. He seemed too small. He's an itty-bitty boy.
They're small.
They are small, but he's even smaller.
Anyway, so they start to go up to get on the ride, and he cannot get on the ride. Small. He is too short to ride this ride.
I'm surprised. Like, if I got on it when I was about his age, and I was a short kid, what was that? How tall did you need to be? 6 foot to get on this ride?
About an inch taller than what he was.
It's too tall.
But
that chicken needs to bring it down a little.
But anyway, I would have, if I were that girl, I probably would have called him out on it.
Wow.
You said
because you're bullying?
Because I'm a bully, as we have established.
Wow.
No, I probably wouldn't have said anything, but I would have been thinking it. Yeah. I would have been like, oh, so he lied. Okay.
Yeah. He's a liar.
Josh Baskin is a liar.
I'm going to remember this.
I'm going to tell everybody. But yeah, he's too short to ride the ride, so the carnival worker's like, get out of here till you grow another inch.
Go ride the kiddie rides.
Yeah. And
so Charlie Brown walks away.
Yeah. Exactly. And the girl's like, well, I'll see you around, Josh. She still seems like really nice.
Yeah, she seems like a nice kid.
Yeah. So he's wandering around by himself, Charlie Brown in it.
Goes to the arcade area, which I don't remember an arcade ever at a fair, but okay. It may have, especially in the 80s. Yeah. When they were big.
Yeah, see it like a carnival like that's going to be like taken down the next day kind of thing. I don't think I've ever seen it. But like at a more of a, not really a theme park, but there are places like that do have arcades and usually have like go-karts and stuff like that and roller coasters and rides and things. But yeah, they're like permanent places. They're not like, okay, let's load everything up and go to another town kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway.
But he finds a Zoltar machine.
Yes, Zoltar speaks. And he goes up to it and he's like, this looks creepy as hell. Now, this looks interesting. Let's put a coin in.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
Yeah.
So he starts beating it.
Yeah. That gets any technology to work, especially in the 80s.
Exactly.
Yep.
And have I gotten things to work before by just beating them?
Yep.
Yes.
If you're getting bad reception on your TV, you just bang it.
Exactly. So it does work sometimes.
Yep.
In this case, it does work.
Yep.
It starts, his eyes glow red and everything. It starts doing that little breathing thing that I'm like,
opens his mouth.
I hate this. And so he has to aim this little ramp into its mouth and then hit the button or whatever. And if it goes into, he makes a wish, and if it goes into his mouth, then his wish will come true.
Yeah.
So he says, I wish I were big. Oh my god, that's where the name of the movie
Oh my
comes
goodness, I just realized that.
So he shoots that coin into its mouth, and it
gets a card.
It gives a little
Wish
card.
is granted.
Yep, your wish is granted.
But wait a second. That machine ain't plugged in.
It's not plugged in.
Oh my gosh.
So he goes home.
The
next morning, he wakes up.
Yep.
Well, this is when, like, his little sister, like, is crying.
Yeah.
In the night or whatever.
Take the sister out of
So
there.
they take the sister, and he's asleep. The next morning, he wakes up.
He's Tom Hanks.
He's Tom Hanks. Exactly.
In his underwear. I feel like he's a little too old for that, I feel like he's got some kind of
his
Transformers under. Yeah. I feel like that's a little too old. I can't remember when I stopped wearing them. I feel like it was younger than that.
Yeah, that seems like something like somebody who's 7 or 8 would wear.
Yeah.
He's 12.
Yeah, so.
But, I don't know. So, he's big now.
He big.
His mom is like, hey,
What's up?
You awake? He's like, yeah. She's like, you have a cold? No, I'm fine.
Oh, he's got a cold.
Oh, he's got a cold. Oh my goodness. I hope he doesn't give it to the baby.
Sees himself in the mirror.
Yes.
Surprised.
Yes.
Tom Hanks pretty good shape for this movie. I guess if you know you're going to be in your underwear on screen, probably want to look as good as you can.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem like he's going to do the Rock kind of bodybuilding program or anything.
No.
So for what he's working with, good job.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to. That'd be kind of weird. But yeah, when he was sleeping, he had a shirt on.
Yeah, when he fell asleep, he had a shirt.
But when he wakes up, he has no shirt.
He hulked out of it.
So either he hulked out or he got too hot while he was sleeping and he threw his shirt off. I don't know.
We can only dream.
I have no idea. So he sees that he's big. He's kind of freaking out about it.
Yeah.
And he remembers, oh, I wish to be big. Wish probably came
I
true.
did this.
I did this. On purpose.
This was me.
His mom's like, when you come down for breakfast, bring your little sister.
Yeah.
So,
puts on his dad's clothes.
Yeah, puts on his dad's clothes. He grabs the little sister, puts her in like a little toy thing, and just like scoots her across the floor. And the little baby is like laughing as she like slides across the floor. It's really cute. So he goes out real quick before his mom can see him. Gets on his bike. He rides to the pier where the carnival was the night before.
Yep.
So he's looking for his Zoltar. He's going to wish himself back, I guess.
Carnival's gone.
Carnival is out of there.
Yeah, left all this trash.
Yeah, there's just litter everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no carnival. There's no Zoltar.
Yeah. Sad day.
Sad day, exactly.
So he goes back home.
He goes back home. He forgets that he's big.
Yep.
He walks in.
I don't know that he forgets that he's big, but he's like, he's going to his mom for help.
Yeah. His mom.
Who else are you going to go to?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go to mom for help. Mom freaks out because there's an adult man that is in her house claiming to be her son.
Pulling his pants down.
Show her a birthmark. Where are you seeing the birthmark? And she's just like, what have you done to my son? Where's my son?
Goes at him with a knife.
Yep.
She is not to be trifled with.
Exactly. So she chases him out, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, well, now what am I going to do? I got to go find my best friend, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy can help.
Who's already at school.
Yes. So he goes to find Billy. Billy's like practicing.
They're playing basketball. Yeah.
Billy gets the ball because he has somehow made it all the way to the other end of the court for his team.
Yeah.
So they pass him the ball and they're all running down the court. He's trying to shoot. He's trying so hard, but he's right so under the basket.
Yeah.
Bro, scoot back.
Lay it up, man.
Scoot back some, man. So
they're playing the bane of a lot of young boys growing up, period, especially in adolescence time. Shirts versus skins. Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
The worst. Like, all right, everybody pop them tops.
All you 12-year-olds.
Yeah, it's the worst. So if you're not super happy with your physique, you gotta run down a court with your top off.
Oh my gosh.
It's the worst.
Sorry if there's a lot of background noise, but my dog is...
He's being difficult today.
Yeah, he is. He's not having a fun time of it for some reason. No. So if there's a lot of heavy breathing, it's not me. It is the dog.
Thinking about Tom Hanks in them underoos.
So yeah, he goes to find Billy. Billy's playing basketball.
Yeah.
And he gets him when he's done.
And
he's like, "It's me, Josh."
Yeah.
Billy's freaking out. He's like, "Who are you, old man?" But they have this little song that they sing.
Yep. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop.
Pops, shimmy, shimmy, rock.
I think Tom Hanks can still sing it.
I think so.
He's shown it before.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him do it, not too long ago. He did it I think it was like the last Da Vinci Code, but it wasn't Da Vinci Code. It was Angels and Demons.
He did it during the Da Vinci Code.
No, it was... Gosh, what's the name of it? There's the third one that they made. Inferno. I think it was like during an interview for that. Someone was interviewing him and was like, "Do you still remember the thing?" And he just did it. He just... Yeah. Right there, right in the middle of the interview.
Yeah.
I think that was what it was.
Probably.
It may have been before that. So anyway, he does his little song, or the little song that they do, and Billy recognizes him.
Yep.
He's like, "Oh, you are Josh." And so
you look awful.
Yeah, you look awful. But he's like, "I'll help you out," you know. So
takes him to New York.
Well, he goes home, he gets some stuff. Then he takes it and they go to New York.
Yeah.
And because they live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So they go to New York City. Billy gives him like a wad of cash. And he's like, "Where did you get this?" Stole it from his dad's emergency fund. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. Why would you do that?" He's like, "What do you think this is?" This is an emergency. So they use some money to get a room for him.
Yeah. At a real seedy motel.
Yeah. The St. James. I think it's technically a hotel.
Yeah.
But it's real gross looking. It's bad. But he's like, "Are you sure this is a good place?" He's like, "Yeah, St. James. It's religious." I'm just like, "No, that's not how it works, baby."
No, not good.
Anyway, so he's like, "Well, you're here by yourself because I gotta be home by 10.
Yeah.
So
he's like, "I don't want to stay here."
Yeah. So Billy gets out. He's going back home. Josh is there by himself. He's trying to like put his sheets on the bed and everything. He hears gunshots outside. Yeah. There are screaming people. There's a telephone right outside of his door, and he hears it go ringing. Somebody answers it. They're just like yelling in Spanish, basically. And he's freaking out.
He's crying. He
wants his mom. It's real sad.
Pushes his desk or dresser in front of the door.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's so scared.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
That would be scary.
It would be. I wouldn't want to be there either. I'd be scared.
Even at my age.
Exactly. Oh, I can't imagine being a 12-year-old kid, you know.
I've stayed in some pretty bad spots, though, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No gunshots that I heard.
No. So the next day they go to try to find information about the Zoltar machine.
Yeah.
They want a list of all the fairs and arcades. And so they have to fill out a form and everything. And they're like, it'll be, you'll have it in about 6 weeks, maybe longer.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing you could do. So if I had been in the situation, I would have been like, well, I'll never find out, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they asked somebody and then they kind of pointed them to the place to go. So I guess that helps. But yeah, I would have been completely lost.
Yeah. I would have just gone back to the same place over and over again, hoping it
came back. It's like maybe it will miraculously reappear. Or go to like which they do start going, they go to every like arcade that they can find. They're looking to see if they can find it anywhere.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to be stuck here longer than I thought. So he's going to have to get a job because he can't do shoot.
Can't live off that sock drawer money.
Exactly. He's going to run out of money. At some point, he's going to need to make some money somehow.
Yeah.
So Billy's like, what? I mean, it's just the same as going to school.
Yeah.
It's like, not really, but okay. So they go looking through the classifieds or whatever.
Would you rather be going to school right now instead of working?
I don't know.
Sitting
Both
through
are pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, you have your friends there and stuff.
That's true.
But I got some friends at work that I talk to. So, I don't know. There's stress of the tests. Stress of the job. I don't know. I think maybe they are a little similar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not wrong.
Yeah. Billy's very wise.
I guess he is.
He's the wisest.
So they look through the newspaper looking for a job for Josh.
Yeah.
And there are all these like things that he's definitely not qualified for. And then they get to computer operator. And they're like, oh, read me the computer operator one. And it is at Macmillan Toys. And they're like, toys?
Hey,
oh my gosh, that sounds perfect.
We love toys.
Exactly. So he goes to interview for that job. He writes down all kinds of, like, he's trying to, like, fill out his resume and everything, or fill out the form.
All he can put is his, like, newspaper out.
Yeah.
Like, distribution coordinator or
yeah,
something
but they do spin it, like, you know, to make it sound better. Yeah, it's like, that's kind of what you do on resumes sometimes.
Yep.
You do what you have to.
Gotta make it look as good as you can.
So it's kind of funny. He goes in for the interview, and he's like, what does this say? What school does this say you went to? He's like, oh, it was called George Washington.
Yeah.
But it was like George Washington, like elementary school, junior high or something like that. And he's like, oh yeah, my brother-in-law went to George Washington and all this stuff. And it's like, did you pledge? And he's like, every day.
Every morning.
Every morning. Oh gosh. So while he's in there, a girl comes in, and this is Susan. So she's going to be like the main girl in the movie.
Yep.
And we don't really talk to her.
No, she's just mad.
Yeah.
About her assistant.
Yeah, her assistant
being
is
terrible.
just, she doesn't do anything. She just sits there. She's about to get married. And she just sits there and writes her married name over and over again in different ways and everything. She's like, she's doing absolutely nothing. You've got to get me somebody else. Anyway, so after looking over his resume and everything, he's like, you got the job. When can you start? He's like, soon? So he starts his new job.
Yep.
He's in a little cubicle.
Works next to John Lovitz.
Yep, right next to him is John Lovitz.
Yep.
Whose character's name is Scott, I think.
Sure.
And he's telling him, he's like, don't go so fast. You gotta pace yourself. You're gonna make everybody look bad. Because he comes in, he's immediately like doing his work.
Yeah.
He's like, you gotta slow down. You're making us all look bad.
Yeah.
So he also tells him about, he's like, you see that girl over there? If you just like look at her the right way, you'll have her or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, thanks for warning me.
Thanks for warning me. I'll be sure to stay away from her.
Well, talk to her.
And he's just like, what?
Wait a second.
Oh, goodness. So one day he's trying to get to the Xerox room.
Mm-hmm.
And
got a ton of papers.
He's got so many, just a handful, just an arms full of papers.
Yeah.
And he runs into the boss. Yeah. Literally. Like,
Robert Loggia.
Knocks him over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Loggia. And also with him is Susan and Paul, who has not really been, I don't think they've shown him yet.
Yeah.
But
His Home Alone dad.
Yes. I cannot think of his actual name.
I honestly just saw it, and I can't remember what it was. It's a name you'd recognize, but yeah,
John Hurd?
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's
okay.
It. Mm-hmm.
And of course, Susan is Elizabeth Perkins.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as Millie Bobby Brown lookalike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
They look like they could be like mother and daughter.
Yeah.
So anyway, they, of course, Paul is just like being a jerk. Because he's a jerk the whole movie.
Like, gotta look where you're going. What are you doing?
You could have killed him.
Oh.
It's like, okay. Robert Loggia's like, I'm fine. I'm really fine. He's
Sometimes the boss needs to get knocked on his butt.
Yeah, he's like, what were you in such a hurry for? And he's like, I've got to get to the Xerox room. I've got to get these done before 5 o'clock. And he's like, see, he's showing initiative.
I like to see a little hustle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he automatically kind of likes him.
Yeah.
And they walk off. So that night, no, it's not that night. It's like he's in his office, actually, in his little cubicle at this point. He calls his mom.
Yeah.
She thinks that this is the man who kidnapped her son.
Yeah. She thinks he's kidnapped. The guy that attacked her kitchen.
And kidnapped her son.
Yeah.
And so she's like, bring my son home,
Yeah.
Where is he? I want to talk to Josh. And he's like, he's fine. He'll come, you'll get him back.
Yeah, he's a cool kid. I like that kid.
Yeah. And she's like, I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
He's like, he can't come to the phone right now,
Yeah. Ask him a question only he would know, and then I can relay it back to you.
And she's like, what was the song I used to sing to you as to get you to go to sleep or whatever?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh.
He has a little trouble remembering it first.
Yeah. And then he's kind of like, can it be something else? Can it be another question, please?
Yeah.
But, so he's like, memories. Like the corners of my mind. Misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Yeah. And she just starts crying. Mm-hmm. She's like, that is my son.
My son.
My son. So he's like, well, I gotta go. Because John Lovitz was looking at him like, what is happening over here? But he's like, you'll see him soon. He's still in his motel room.
Yeah, but he's getting used to everything. To it.
He's watching French Connection. This is where Gene Hackman comes in.
Yeah. Eating Oreos, but he just licks out the cream and throws the cookie away. Like, that's psychotic.
That's so wrong.
He throws a lot of food away in this. He's crazy.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He's a kid.
He is. But yeah, he's watching that. There's like all these gunshots and everything happening, and he turns off the TV, and there's still gunshots happening, but they're outside. And he's just kind of used to it now. Yeah. At this point. And then it is payday. He gets his first paycheck.
$187, baby.
And 30 cents. Yeah. So Billy is there. They go to the bank together. Yeah. The bank teller's like, okay, how do you want this, how do you want this cash? And they have to deliberate over it for a minute. And then they come back, they're like, 3 dimes, $100 bill, and 87 ones.
Yeah. Why?
So much. And then she's just like, pulls out a huge stack of ones and just looks at him like, I hate you. Yeah. And starts like slowly counting.
That'd be so annoying because it's so hard to break 100. A lot of people don't take hundreds, and then you got all those ones.
It's like, just get a bunch of 20s.
Yeah, seriously.
So much easier. Bunch of 20s and some ones.
Yeah.
7 ones. There you go.
Yeah.
The rest in 20s. It doesn't matter about the change. Yeah. Literally, you can just keep the change.
Filthy animal. And then they just pig out on pizza and junk food and silly string.
Silly string. Yeah. They don't pig out on the silly string.
Oh, but they might.
But they play with the silly string. And
they're having a good time.
Yeah, they're having a great time. Then he decides he's going to go to, I guess it's like his day off. Yeah, because it's Saturday. So Saturday, he's going to FAO Schwartz.
Yeah.
He wants to just see all the toys.
Yeah.
Because he's a kid. Why wouldn't he want to go to like the biggest toy store?
Yeah. I still wouldn't mind going to a big toy store like that.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool.
Yeah, see, I don't think
not really any more of those.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually been to a big toy store. And
aside from Toys R Us.
Yeah. And then I didn't go to Toys R Us very often.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's out of business.
I guess so, because I didn't go. Because I was the one person who didn't go very often.
Actually, no. It was an investment company who squandered all the money. Anyway, we don't have time for that.
So, yeah, I went to New York in 2001.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to F.A. Schwartz so bad. But I didn't get to go because I was with a big group of people and nobody else wanted to go. I was like, what is wrong with you people?
Seriously.
Come on. At least go to Hard Rock Cafe. I'm like,
Hard Rock Cafe sucks.
It's like, first of all, it sucks. Second of all, it's like everywhere. You can go to Hard Rock Cafe pretty much everywhere.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, but at the time.
Yeah, but yeah.
We did go to a really cool restaurant there, though, called Jekyll and Hyde Club.
Oh.
Which had like a bunch of secret doors and stuff, and there were like things on the walls that like were animated and stuff. It was really fun. It's not there anymore, but cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Saw some Broadway shows, things like that. So I mean, I did do some fun stuff.
You did, just not the right.
But I still didn't get to go to F.A. Schwartz.
They used to be in Toys R Us. Toys R Us bought them.
Okay.
And then Toys R Us went out of business. So now they're just in random spots. There's like 3 left.
Okay.
They're like experiences. Anyway.
Do they have the piano? If
Probably
they don't, then that is a missed opportunity.
Probably not. You can design your own Barbie.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Now I want to go to one so I can design my own Barbie.
Too bad.
Where's the closest one? Probably
Chicago, New York. I'm not sure if there's any others. Anyway.
Well, not close.
Not close.
Next time I go to Chicago or New York.
We need to go see a White Sox game, so we'll stop at F.A. Schwartz.
I mean, I know people who live near Chicago.
Me too.
Or like in suburbs of
Shout
Chicago.
out.
So we'll have people to hang out with.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go to Chicago.
Let's go see Jess.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Jess lives there. I've never met her.
Yep. I was going to say me too, but I did meet her once. Anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well.
All right, look out, Chicago. We're coming for toys.
Exactly. Anyway, so he's playing around in the store.
Yeah.
He's like riding a zebra.
Yeah. It's funny, man.
Funniest thing.
I love it.
He is playing like laser tag or whatever with this other kid. That
we had those. Me and Cameron had those helmets and laser tag. It was cool.
So yeah, he's playing with just some random kid.
Yeah. He's just making friends.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He gets shot, falls down.
Like, really, really hams it up.
Yeah, and then Robert Loggia sees him.
Yep, he's like, don't you work for me? He's like, oh, yes, sir, I do. So Robert Loggia goes there every Saturday.
Yeah.
Because he can't see this on the marketing report.
It's true.
It is true.
What's a marketing report?
Exactly. Exactly. So he starts just giving his opinion on all these toys. He's like, yeah, that was a good toy, and then they changed this thing on it, and now it's not as fun anymore, and all this stuff. Yep. And so he's just going through the whole store, just like talking about stuff.
And then they step on a piano.
Oh, yeah.
And then the piano scene.
Yeah, then the piano scene. And this piano scene, it still just makes me smile.
It's like, it's awesome. It's so a good
cute.
scene.
It's so fun.
Start playing Heart and Soul. They're like, piano lessons growing up. He's like, yeah, me too. 3 years.
Exactly. And then once they get through all of Heart and Soul, they're like, chopsticks.
Yep.
And they immediately go into chopsticks.
Did you ever take piano lessons and play those songs?
I did take piano lessons. I think I took like 2 or 3.
Uh-huh. You were
and
out.
Then my piano teacher moved.
Oh.
So
you didn't play those songs?
I played those songs, but I did not learn them in, during piano lessons. I used to, after church, I would sit with the pianist at church, and we would play songs together.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's probably where I learned it.
Yeah. I think in 4th grade in our music class, the whole class had to learn Heart and Soul on the piano. And
I only knew the right hand.
Oh, really?
I only learned how to play piano with my right hand. I'd never learned left.
Oh.
So.
Interesting.
So I can still, pick out, if I have sheet music, I can pick out things, but I can't. I have trouble with the left hand trying to pick out that, because I'm like, I don't know what it does.
My mom taught me chopsticks. Okay. We used to play on our keyboard at home, so that was fun. So whenever I hear chopsticks, I always think of my mom.
Nice.
Yeah, so they did good. Apparently there were stunt doubles on set ready to take over for them, so they didn't have to do it. And
but
they
were didn't need it.
No, we're going to nail this. So they did.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many takes did it take them?
I don't know.
Okay.
It took they had to practice, but they got it.
Well, it was very fun.
Yeah.
And they had a crowd. They had a crowd watching them.
Yeah.
And once they finished,
they all got on there.
Some applause and
I bet
everything.
they sold out of those pianos.
Probably.
Immediately.
Was that something that they actually sold, or was it just... Oh, okay.
No, it was real.
Okay.
I feel like I saw them in real life,
Okay.
At some point.
I just thought it might have just
been
so. There.
Right? Am I crazy?
I don't know. Are you?
I'm being crazy.
I'm being
crazy right now. Go ahead with whatever's next.
Okay. So since he has given his opinion and everything to the man in charge about all of these toys, he's getting in good with the boss. The boss makes him the vice president in charge of product development. And Paul is pissed. He's like, he even got a bigger office than me? This is ridiculous.
They did start selling them at FAO Schwartz.
Okay.
In 1983.
Oh, so before this came out. Nice.
Yep. But yeah. And now he's making bukus of money, too.
Yep. And so now he gets to play with toys. He gets to tell people what he thinks about them. And meanwhile, Susan and Paul are like, where did he come from?
Yeah,
they're like,
who's this guy?
Yeah, they're trying to call all of these other toy companies to see if he worked for them. He didn't work for any of them. He just came from the computer department.
Yep.
So
they're even drinking milk out of a carton that has his picture on it.
Like, where did he come from? And there's his face on the back of the milk carton.
Yep.
They have this big meeting where they're talking about this transformer building kind of thing. And Paul is the one that is leading the meeting. And he's
throwing up all these numbers and stuff.
Exactly. And he's like, all right, do you have any questions? And Josh raises his hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
He's like, what don't you get? He's like, what's fun about playing with a building?
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. Because I'm like, what is fun about playing with a building? And then he's like, why couldn't it be like
a bug?
A bug. The robot. And somebody's like, a bug. A robot that turns into a bug. He's like, the robot turns into a bug? This is amazing. So they're all excited about this new thing.
Yeah.
And Paul is not happy.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy.
He's cutthroat. He's coming for me. Coming for my neck.
Exactly. So, Josh gets a new apartment. Because he doesn't have to stay at the hotel anymore.
I don't know how much money this dude's making.
He must be making a lot.
This is like the new girl apartment.
Yeah, this thing is huge. It's got like, did they say 50-foot ceilings?
Maybe. It's huge, man.
It's a lot. I mean, it's got to be pretty tall because there's a freaking trampoline.
Yeah, he's able to jump on the trampoline.
Oh, man. So he's got this new apartment.
He stocks it with just everything.
Yeah.
Pepsi machine, bunk beds.
But of course, when the delivery person shows up,
they're jerks.
They drop a water balloon on
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I mean, they miss him, but they were trying to.
They were trying, yeah.
Like, that's just bad taste, bro.
Exactly. So he writes to his mom, and he talks about, they're treating me really well and everything. He's like, honestly, being kidnapped is a lot like camp.
Yeah. This is probably a good experience for me.
Exactly.
Like, what?
And it's showing, like, all of these fun things that he's doing and everything. So he's got another bunk bed in this new apartment. Because apparently he just can't get away from bunk beds.
He loves bunk beds.
He does.
Yeah.
So there's a party.
Yes.
A work party.
Yep.
That he goes to. Well, first, we don't see him there first.
Right.
First, we see Robert Loggia. I cannot remember. I don't know what his McMillan. I guess his name is McMillan, Mr. McMillan.
Yeah,
because
probably.
McMillan Toys. He's there. He's ordering a drink. He's talking to Josh's secretary.
Yeah.
Who is Kitty from That 70s Show.
Yeah. Deborah Jo Rupp, I think is her name.
And after she leaves, Susan walks up.
Yeah.
Starts trying to talk business.
Yeah.
He's like, Susan,
have a drink. Have a few drinks.
Have a few drinks,
It's
exactly.
a party.
And then he just walks away with his scotch or whatever it is. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just stand here.
Paul is wasted.
Oh, yeah, he's already wasted.
Yeah. And he's just talking crap.
Yeah. Then
in walks our hero.
In walks Josh Baskin.
Yeah.
In a white tuxedo with sparkly, like...
It is like rhinestone down.
Yeah. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's so funny, though.
He looks great.
He looks great. He comes down the stairs. He's the only one wearing something like this.
Yeah. Everybody's black tying it.
Yeah. And Mr. McMillan comes up to him and he's like, you look great.
Yeah.
I love this.
I love it. It's like, it's a rental.
Yeah. It's so funny. So he's like, all right, we'll just go have fun, He goes over, he goes to the food.
Yeah.
He grabs a celery that has, like, cream cheese or whatever in it.
Licks all the cream cheese out.
Throws the celery on the table.
Yeah, gross.
He starts
carrots.
Yeah, dipping, double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping. He just keeps on dipping that carrot into that dip.
Yeah.
Goes over, grabs a baby corn.
Yeah.
And starts eating it.
So funny.
Like he would a corn on the cob.
Yeah. So great.
It's so good.
We were going to do that for our snack today, but we didn't go get it in, so.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find baby corn.
Yeah. Apparently he improvised that.
That is hilarious.
So, that's
Good
awesome.
Job.
Yeah.
Susan comes up because she's like, okay, I'm going to go talk to this guy.
Okay, this guy's weird.
So she goes up to talk to him, and she's like, oh, the beluga, they get this every year.
Yeah,
it's caviar. He doesn't know what it is, though.
No.
And he just takes a big bite out of it, because she also gets a big bite of it. And he
hates it.
Does not like it. He starts spitting it out. He's like wiping his tongue with a napkin.
Yeah.
He's coughing. She's just like, oh my God, are you okay? And she's like, do you need some water? And he's like, could I have a milkshake or something? And she's like, you know what? Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So they leave.
She's got a car.
Yeah, she's got
a limo. He's like, this is awesome.
Yes, the limo driver opens the door for him. He's just like so excited about this.
Yeah.
This car. And the limo driver's like, okay, I'll leave this guy. He starts playing with everything in the back of the limo.
Yeah. She's trying to have a serious talk with him.
Yeah, he's drinking his milkshake and playing with like the locks and the lights and the radio and everything. And
because she kind of has a reputation of sleeping with guys to get ahead.
Yes, she's working her way up the company.
Yeah, so.
Yep.
Seems, but he's not even paying attention.
No, he does
Opens
not.
Opens the roof of the limo.
Yep. And he's like, come up here with me. And she does. And he's like, oh, we just passed my apartment. Do you want to come see it? And she's like, sure. So they go back to his apartment. Mm-hmm. He's opening the door and she's like, I don't usually do this.
I don't know if we should do this necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what, a sleepover?
Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, okay. But I get to be on top.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay.
Oh, man.
So they walk in, and she sees his apartment, and it's just like, what is
you
this?
live here.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
He has his own Pepsi machine.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a baseball at it, because he's like, you want something to drink?
Yeah.
Throws a baseball, gets a Pepsi.
Yep.
He's got pinball machines.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a trampoline.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, get on the trampoline.
Because she seems kind of interested in him.
Yeah.
She's like, I haven't done that since I was a kid.
Yeah. So he helps her take her shoes off and everything. He gets up there. He's like, I'll get up there with you.
Yeah.
And then he drags her up on the trampoline. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
And he's laying on the corner of it. And he's like, okay, go ahead and jump.
Yeah.
So she starts to jump a little bit. And she's like, okay, I've jumped. I'm ready for my drink now or whatever. He's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, you gotta get some air.
Exactly. So she tries again. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's like, I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
So they start bouncing together.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
And she's loving it.
Yeah.
They're both loving it. They're like doing little
she does a little spreads her legs out and someone's like, wow, how'd you do that?
How'd you do that? It's like, what?
What? How do you not know how to do that?
Exactly. And so they're just playing. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
And then it's time for bed. She's wearing... He comes out. He comes out. He's wearing full pajamas.
Full cartoon pajamas.
Yeah. She's in the bottom bunk already.
Yeah, she's got a Jets jersey on.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, well, time for bed. And he just jumps on the top bunk.
Yep.
And she's like, oh, well, this isn't where I expected this to go. And so he leans over the side.
Mm-hmm.
And he has both of his hands closed.
Yeah, she gotta pick one.
Yeah, pick one. She picks one, it's empty. He tries it again, she picks it, and it is a glow-in-the-dark compass ring.
Yeah.
So you won't get lost.
Oh,
it's really cute. And so she takes it and she puts it on and everything. Yeah. And he's like, well, good night. The next day, Paul is not happy.
Yeah. Like,
but
what's going on?
I mean, they're basically living together. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Susan, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't own an apartment, or they're not renting together, but they're obviously together. I don't know.
And she's like, I don't want to hang out tonight.
Yeah. He's like, these are your friends.
She's like, yeah, I know.
And then she just starts playing with the radio. He's like, stop it. And he's like, do you have to play with everything? Yeah. And she just starts giggling. Yeah. She's like, he brings out the kid in her.
Yeah. And her mannerisms change throughout the movie. She is very buttoned up and slicked back and business
she starts
attire.
Dressing different after and everything. She's got her hair down after this. She wears softer clothes and everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyway. So he goes, Paul invites Josh out to play a game with him.
Yeah. Racquetball.
I was like, I don't know what this game is. I can't think of what it is.
I think that's what it is.
I was like, is it squash? Because I know squash is kind of similar. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Could be.
It's probably racquetball. And they...
He's killing him at first because he doesn't know the rules. He's never played before.
Yeah, so he tells him the rules and everything. Yeah. And so Josh starts getting a little bit better at it.
Yeah, so they're tied almost.
Yeah, and then Paul goes to serve it and it doesn't go over the line or whatever like it's supposed to. And Josh is like, oh, no, my turn. It didn't go over the line. He's like, that's not a rule. I never... Yeah. He's like, no, you told me that. He's like, I never told you that. And
he's such a child.
He is. It is two children, basically. Yeah. Even though one of them really is 12 and the other one is much older than him. So they get into this fight and it's like, give me the ball, give me the ball. And he's just going from one hand to the other. They're all rolling on the ground and everything. There are people watching them what is happening here? So apparently he hits him in the face.
Yeah, he punches him in the face. His nose is bleeding.
Yep. So Susan is helping him, fixing him up and everything, doctoring him up.
Then she goes to Paul and she's like, here's your junk.
Yeah, well also he's like, Josh asks, what's wrong with him or whatever. She's like, everything's a fight with him. Everyone's an enemy. It's not a job for him, it's war.
Yeah.
And then she brings all of Paul's stuff back to him. I want my key back.
Yep.
I don't want to be around you anymore.
This is the breakup.
Exactly. And he's like, oh well,
just another guy in a line of in the chain.
Sleeping your way to the top and all this stuff. And she's like, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
Zoe says, why is Baskin so special? He's a grown up.
Wrong.
Exactly. But he's more grown up than Paul is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So it is it is Josh's birthday. He is turning 13.
Yep.
Billy is there, takes him to a restaurant.
Like a pizza restaurant where they're throwing dough everywhere.
It's weird. They bring out a cake, though, and sing to him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, okay, after dinner, he's like, I've got somewhere to be, because he's like, oh, well, I've got like the whole night we can spend together. He's like, no.
I got somewhere I gotta go.
Yeah, he's abandoning his best friend for a girl. How could he do this? So Billy's like, fine. He just leaves.
Yeah.
He takes Susan, I guess, I don't know, it is to a park.
Yeah.
With like a roller coaster and everything. It is obviously, what is the name of it? Like Seaside Park or whatever. Sea Point Park. Because I was like, is this supposed to be Coney Island? But it's not. It's the park later that they go to. But there's like a roller coaster, so they do a roller coaster together. And they go dancing. They're just having a good time.
They pass by a Zoltar machine.
Yep. It's right there. And they just walk by.
Been tiny again.
Yep.
But no, he's not even looking for it anymore.
Exactly. And later, they're like back at her place or whatever. And she's like, what were you like when you were younger?
Pretty much this.
I wasn't much different. That's what he says. And so they start kissing.
No.
And then kissing leads to other things. And the next day, he's real happy guy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. It's like, oh, no, he's 13.
No. Yeah.
I know he looks like Tom Hanks.
But he's a child.
This wasn't necessary.
No. So he goes to work the next day. He's like on cloud nine.
People.
Yeah. He walks by. He tells his secretary he wants black coffee because he's a man now, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. They keep dating, spending a lot of time together. They go to like a dinner party.
It's kind of blowing Billy off though.
Yeah. And at the dinner party, the guy's got a son who comes in and he's having trouble with his algebra.
Yeah.
And so Josh goes and helps the kid with his algebra and explains it in a way that he can understand and everything. Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, he's such a good guy. He's like a perfect guy. It's like, except he's 13. But sure. Meanwhile, that list of all of the arcades and carnivals and all that stuff that they applied for
finally come in.
It is at Billy's house. He gets it in the mail and he's so excited about it. He's trying to call Josh. Josh is not answering his messages.
Yep.
So he's just trying to get in contact with him because he's like, this is our chance to turn you big, not big, to turn you small again.
Yeah. Turn you bigger.
Let's get you even bigger. It would be funny if he just wished for something totally different. So yeah, he's trying to get in touch with him and he's just blowing him off. He's just not getting back to him.
Yep.
And this is when Josh and Susan, they're gonna do like a toy campaign kind of thing together. He's gonna come up with the idea. She's gonna do the marketing for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be their big deal. They're gonna pitch it to the boss. And so he comes up with an electronic comic book.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much
his idea.
Like a choose your own adventure kind of deal.
Yes. Kind of like the game that he played when he was younger. And so they're discussing that and everything, and she's just like looking at him, and she just stops and she's just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking about? And he just does not understand what she's saying. And then finally she's like, how do you feel about me? And he does this thing, which is such a little kid thing, where he's just like, he's like blushing, kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you could ask something like that, And then he just like hits her.
Yeah.
With like a paper.
Rolls up in one of the comics and hits her.
And hits her with it, and then she hits him back and everything, and they're just like real playful.
Having a good time.
It's just really funny. So finally, Billy shows up at his office with the list. He's like, it came. We can finally get you turned back into your normal self. And he's on the phone and he's not paying attention to what Billy's saying. So Billy just hangs up the phone on him, on the person. And he's like, how could you do that? This is important.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm your best friend. What's more important than that?
Yeah.
Poor Billy.
Yeah.
So.
Doesn't he give him like the exact location, or is that later?
That's a little bit later.
Okay.
So I guess he just takes the list home with him.
Yeah.
So, because he's like, all you have to do is call these numbers and ask them if they have the Zoltar machine.
Yep.
But he's like, no, I don't have time to do that. I have important adult things to do.
I'm business now.
I have a girlfriend, so you gotta go. I don't have time for your kid games. So later that night, he finds like the game that he was playing at the very beginning of the movie, and he plays it, and I guess he defeats the wizard? Don't
We
know.
don't know.
Because it goes to a different scene. And then that gets him reminiscing about what it was like when he was a kid. Like 2 weeks ago or however.
Yeah. It's been so long.
I don't know. It's been more than 2 weeks. It was at least 6 weeks because that's how long it was going to take. So, like, a little over a month ago. And he goes back to, like, his neighborhood. He's, like, watching kids playing in the leaves.
Just oddly staring at a junior high class taking a picture of themselves.
Watching,
why is this guy staring at us?
Watching people play, like, 2 kids play baseball.
Yeah.
Watching Cynthia and her gang of other girls. And I guess the guy that she was with at the carnival. Because he's driving. Yeah. Watching them having fun and everything.
Yeah.
And he's just like, man, I really miss this. This was a good time.
When I was young.
So he's like, okay, I think it's time for me to tell Susan the truth.
Yeah.
So he starts telling her, he's like, I miss my family. I don't want to go home. And she's like, oh my God, you're married? And he's like, no, I'm a child. And she's like, oh, okay, so you're not ready for commitment? And he's like, no, I'm literally 13 years old.
Yeah, I made a wish on his altar.
And she's like, a likely story.
Right, whatever.
Oh, man. So she's like, you're sleeping on the couch tonight. Yeah. So
you get the top bunk.
So Billy is at home and he hears the walkie-talkie making some noise, and he goes to it because he thinks that Josh is back.
Yeah. Well, he's throwing away all his stuff.
Yeah.
Him and Josh shared together.
Yeah. Friendship over.
Yeah. This is done.
And it's not Josh, obviously. It is his mom.
Aww.
And he talks to the mom and everything. He's like, he'll back.
Yeah.
She's like, I hope so.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah. And
I don't know why they opened the windows. They had walkie-talkies.
They did have walkie-talkies. It's like, okay. But yeah, they open the windows and talk. And then I guess it's the next day or soon. Billy shows up again. Yeah. To his office.
He's like, this is where it is.
Exactly. It's at Sea Point Park, New York. Zoltar is there. Go to it. Go to him. Go to him.
And like, I got a presentation.
Yep. And so he leaves. And he's got his presentation. He and Susan are supposed to be presenting their little electronic comic book.
Yep.
So they start doing it. They start presenting. Everything's going well. And then Paul is like, I have a question. Basically.
I don't get it.
And I'm like, Paul, get out of here. Nobody likes you. So.
But she's like, it's easy.
Yeah.
It's an easy program.
Yeah. She explains it. Yeah. And
Robert Loggia's great job.
Yeah, exactly. And then she says something, and
Tom Hanks leaves.
Yeah, Josh leaves.
Yeah.
And then as she's talking, someone says, but would a kid buy this? She's like, yeah, a kid would buy this. And she goes, oh my God, a kid would buy this. Josh would buy this. Yeah. Because he's an actual kid.
Yeah.
Oh God.
They're going to charge like $20 for this, which seems crazy.
Crazy.
That seems high.
Okay, I was going to say crazy expensive. Yes. But I mean.
Because comic books weren't that expensive back then. They've gone up quite a bit, but even now they're not that expensive.
But I mean, it's an electronic comic.
Yeah, but in the 80s, how many different possibilities you're going to be able to put in there? You're running on 5 megabytes of RAM.
See, I was thinking, because she says something about, you could get, if you want like a new story, you get a new disc or whatever. And so I was thinking the electronic comic book would be like the main thing, and then you would get...
Maybe.
And they would be a little bit cheaper, so it might be like $2 or whatever for each new story.
Maybe.
And then you insert that in there.
But those discs are at least 20 inches long.
They're the size... It's like, they're the size of...
a loaf of bread.
I was going to say, because I figured they'd probably be round, so it'd be like, it's a record.
Yeah.
It's like an LP.
I don't think they had round ones then. It was just floppies.
Yeah, probably.
Even laser discs.
But I mean...
after that.
But I mean, the floppies, like the floppy that he has, yeah, it's a floppy disk, but the inside of it was round.
Well, yeah, like, that's what floppies were like.
Exactly.
So you just wanted to rip those out?
Yes.
You just wanted to create a whole new drive.
I mean, this is 88. CDs were a thing.
Yeah. Not a big thing.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
But
anyway, doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't, because it's not an actual product.
Not important.
It is not an actual product. It does not matter.
Should have been, but that's fine.
So anyway, at this point, she's like, oh my gosh, Josh is a child.
He's a baby boy.
He is a baby boy. I need to go after him.
Yeah.
And talk to him. So she's heading out. Josh has already left.
Billy's getting a hot dog.
Yeah, Billy's getting a hot dog and sees Josh or hears Josh getting into a taxi to take him to see.
He's like, go get him, Josh.
Yeah, and he he starts to go after him at first, and then the guy's like, hey, you gotta pay for that hot dog.
Just gives him the hot dog back.
But Susan comes out right then and sees Billy like yelling at Josh, like, yeah, go get it. Yeah. And it's like, do you know him? Yeah. He's like, yeah, he's like my best friend. And she's like, okay, well, that's like my boyfriend.
Get in my car. That's... Billy, don't get in her car.
Billy does not get in her car.
Oh, does he not go with her?
No.
I guess not.
But no, he's like, who are you? And she's like, I'm his girlfriend. And he's like, yeah. It's funny. Yeah. So yeah, she heads off after him. I guess Billy tells her where he's going to. Probably. So he gets there. The Zoltar machine is there.
Unplugs it.
Yep.
I don't know. Would it not have worked if it had been plugged in?
I don't know, because
does the magic only work?
The magic is only if it's not plugged in, I guess.
Or maybe it's just a lot easier when it's plugged in. Maybe it's always granting wishes. There's a lot of big people. I mean,
he's probably just trying to recreate it as much as possible.
Probably.
So he makes his new wish.
I feel like Zoltar's like, oh, he unplugged me again. I gotta do it from nothing.
Well, he didn't unplug him the first time, so. Yeah. Anyway, so he makes his wish. He wishes to be a kid again. Mm-hmm. It'd be funny if Zoltar's like, okay, wish granted, and then like turns him into a toddler.
He's a baby.
He's the same age as Rachel. Yeah. Now they just have twins.
And Rachel's just hanging out.
So he wishes he was a kid again. Here comes Susan. She's like, oh my gosh, you've already done it. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And there's the card and it says wish granted or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, join me. Come be a kid with me.
Yeah, because he's like, I have a million reasons to go back. Yeah. But only one to stay. And she's like, well, what's that one? And he's like, you.
The obviously.
Piano. That Robert awesome apartment. My cool job. It's like, honestly, you got a lot of stuff. Some reasons to stay, but okay.
He's going to be so disappointed when he grows up and doesn't have this awesome job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, he's like, why don't you come with me? Why don't you wish for yourself to be young again, too? Mm-hmm. And she's like, I've already done that, and it was awful. I hated it. I don't want to do that again. And he's like, maybe I don't want to do that either.
Oh, no.
You mean it's not going to be fun? Uh-oh. This may have been a mistake. Zoltar, I need a new wish.
I just want to be in my 20s.
So anyway, she's like, I'll drive you home. Yeah. And so she does.
Don't get in that car with her.
So she does. They get to the street and everything, and they start to say their goodbyes. She gives him a forehead kiss because he is 13 now.
He goes for the kiss, but she goes for it.
Yeah. Because it's like, I
know you're a child now.
Now that I know you're a child, no more kisses. Yeah. Forehead kisses only. I'm so sorry.
Forehead kisses after bedtime prayers.
Stop. Why? I hate that song so much. Oh gosh, I do not like that song at all. It annoys me so much. Anyway, also she's like, how old are you again? Mm-hmm. She's like, 16? Yeah. He's like, I'm 13. Yeah. She's like, oh, well, maybe in like 10 years.
You can call me in 10 years. Like,
when you're 23. It's like, okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, they say goodbye. He leaves. Yes. He walks across the street. He turns back and waves at her. Yeah. And then
she looks down.
For like back up. Half a second and looks back up, and he is a child.
He's in that big suit that's too big for him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's too big.
Oh, maybe that's gosh. Where they... The suit was big.
Where did they get this name? I can't tell you. Oh goodness.
That was really big of her to let him go.
There you go. So yeah, he's a kid again. Mm-hmm. He turns back around and he waves at her again or smiles at her or whatever, and she's like, aw. Oh. That's cute, but I gotta get out of here now because you're a child.
The law is coming.
They're gonna arrest me.
I have to go on the run now.
So, yeah, she drives off. He goes inside. Mm-hmm. His mom is very excited to see him. Yeah. And, I mean, you don't see them, but you hear them. She's, like, all excited about it. Yeah. And then you said, and then they go after her because someone saw her drop him off there.
She was the kidnapper the whole time.
Oh, goodness.
We got her.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We got her.
We got her.
The weekend.
So that's the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. There's a little thing as the credits are rolling where Josh and Billy are walking down the road together, just talking.
Yeah.
Like best friends again.
Best friends forever. Cute movie.
Yeah. I mean, except for the part where...
Except for the weird part.
An adult woman...
Yeah. She doesn't know.
A 13-year-old boyfriend.
She just doesn't know. But the directors knew.
That's true.
Penny knew.
Penny Marshall.
The writer knew.
So, question for you.
What?
Which is worse?
Oh, no.
The scenario here, where her 13-year-old is in a
big body,
and is with a woman, an older woman, or blank check, where it is how old was he? He was probably 12, right?
He was probably, like maybe even younger.
I don't know. Where a 12-year-old in 12-year-old body gets kissed by older woman.
Blank check's way worse.
I think
she knows what she's kissing.
She knows that she's kissing the 12-year-old.
When she finds out in this one, she kisses forehead.
Because after he tells her, I mean, they fight about it, so obviously they're not doing anything. I would hope. No makeup stuff. Exactly. And then once she actually does see, that he's going to the Zoltar machine and actually believes it, only thing after that is a forehead kiss.
Yeah, she's not kissing that once he goes back to 13. She's not laying one on those lips. She's not
like, okay, little teenager.
They both, I believe, still say the call me in 10 years. But I believe she says it like where he would be like 17 and she would be like 30 something, if I remember the math right on that.
On which one?
On Blank Check.
Blank Check?
Yeah. Because this one, it was like he would be in his 20s. But I think she was still shooting young.
Yeah, I feel like she was.
Blank Check is really, it's always going to win.
It's the worst.
It's bad. Yes.
And I'm wondering with Blank Check if they were like, oh yeah, we can get away with this. They did it in big.
They did it in big. Everybody loved that.
It's like, no, that's different.
You learned the wrong lesson. Blank Check. You watched it backwards.
You watched this the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I also agree that Blank Check is much worse.
Definitely. Oh,
just wanted to make sure you agreed.
This was a test. All right. Well, let's get to our snack.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Ooh. So, for our snack today,
we have
two snacks. Yeah. We got Lay's Summer Salsa Fresca,
which is a limited summer flavor.
Yes.
We also have Doritos Baja Fiery Mango.
Spicy.
So we're going to try the Lay's Salsa Fresca first and see how that goes. Hopefully it's good.
And then we'll try some Fiera Mango.
Guy Fieri Mango.
Yes.
Excuse me, Fieri.
Fieri.
I mean, it's just salsa flavored, so it smells good. Seems very tomato forward.
So I'm for. I love tomato chips. If I didn't know the flavor, I would never guess salsa. I would guess more ketchup-y, because it's kind of Swedish.
Yeah.
Not Swedish. Sweet-ish. And tomato-y. There's a little burn in the back of my throat, but ain't much.
It tastes more like marinara sauce.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is also very tomato heavy.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't know.
They're not bad.
I was going to say they're not bad. I kind of like them.
They're just kind of boring, I guess. When you're expecting something else. Well, let's see how the Doritos are.
It's the 20th Baja-versary, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Finally.
Woo!
Quite an odor coming out of that.
That smells rather spicy.
It does. I think this could be interesting.
Okay. I hope it has some mango flavor. Oh, it does.
A lot of mango flavor. Pretty hot.
What is happening in my mouth right now? This is so weird.
Some sweet hot. It's pretty good.
I don't know. There's some kind of like a sourness to it.
That's a Baja, baby.
Might be a little too spicy for me.
It's almost tequila-y.
It does taste like tequila.
It's like almost having a margarita.
What in the world?
A hot margarita. I'm not the biggest, like, fiery chip guy. Like, I'm not a hot Cheetos guy.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm also not a guy.
Wow, big revelation of this episode.
Just in case you were wondering.
And this is probably, like, borderline for me of, like, how hot I would want a chip to be.
Yeah.
And I like the mango taste and the sour.
It is kind of weird, though. I don't know.
I'm digging it. I think I like it better than the salsa fresca. If I wanted a milder chip without salt, I would go with the salsa one, but it. This one's got a lot of flavor to it.
It does have a lot of flavor, but I think I like the other one better because I don't know if I like the flavor in this one.
Okay.
There's something weird about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It does have a shark on the front. And a volcano because it is fiery.
If only we had it for last week.
But then we could have done the July 4th. Well, I mean, we could have, but it would have been a lot.
Yeah, you keep eating them.
And yet I keep eating them.
Like jalapenos.
I don't know why I want jalapenos so much lately.
I don't know. All right, what are we going to rate these? I think salsa for me. I'm going to go with, I think it's still a decent chip.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with like a 5.5.
I'm going to go with a 6.
Okay. And then the Baja, I'm going to go like 7.
Okay. I mean, I can see the appeal of it.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
Right. It's like Jaws for me. I get it, but it's not for me.
I would basically rather have any other Dorito.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not any other, because there are probably some ones that I don't want.
Probably.
So I'm going to give it I think I'm going to give it a 5.5.
Oh, okay.
Just slightly lower.
Okay.
Because honestly, I'm not really impressed with either of them. So
yeah. All right.
they're both fine.
All right. What would be your Zoltar wish? Let us know. Would it be for these chips? Let us know on Twitter at Having Funcast or on Facebook at Having Fun Pod.
Or you can send an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Go have fun and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.